4 legs. We're going out to Rosehill now for race 4. It's the 2 East W J McKell Cup over 2,400 metres. You call it Johnny Tap. Well, he's almost got 2 good legs nowadays.
Getting close. 1 3/4, Ian. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, everyone. Beautiful day for racing at Rosehill. You'll see 4 races live during Wide World of Sports. This one is named after a former Governor-General and a former Premier of New South Wales. During his time as Premier, Sir William McKell brought down legislation to incorporate and institute the Sydney Turf Club, and they're our hosts here today, Ray Hadley, for this Rosehill meeting.
Certainly the case, John. Only one to move up. That's the maiden, Red Monarch. So quickly through them. String of Pearls at 9 to 1. Home Office, the odds-on favourite, 13 to 8 on. Jogger, 13 to 2. Dusty Springs, 11 to 1. Orchestration at 33s. Social Cream at 25 to 1. Bastille at 25 to 1. The shortest of the remainder, John, Mr. Tasman at 16 to 1. They're just about set.
Yeah, just about set for the 2 East W J McKell Cup, 2,400 metres, starting in the home straight. Now the gates open and they're off and running, and Red Monarch didn't know what to do when the barrier opened from the extreme outside gate. In fact, he veered onto the wood fibre training track momentarily. Towards the inside, first out Social Cream, headed by String of Pearls, going straight to the lead naturally enough, although Travelling Prayer on the outside is going up to almost join String of Pearls at the winning post the first time. Bail Up in 3rd place, Social Cream relegated to 4th, followed by Like and Lady Orchestration. At the head of the others, Home Office about midfield on the inside of his stablemate Bastille, followed by Jogger, Lady of Ross. Well back the Victorian Dusty Springs, followed by Red Monarch and Entre Nous, and last of all Mr. Tasman. Over the crossing at the 1,800 mark, and String of Pearls in a favourite role is breezing along in front, and the pace is nice and brisk. It's String of Pearls about 2.5 to Travelling Prayer. Running 3rd, Social Cream on the inside of Bail Up, and then Like and Lady, Home Office, Jogger, Orchestration. Further back is Bastille on the outside of the grey mare Lady of Ross. Another 2.5 to Dusty Springs, followed by Red Monarch and Mr. Tasman, and dropping out to last the veteran, the 10-year-old Entre Nous, into the backstretch now, 1,300 out, and String of Pearls has kicked away with a big lead of 6 lengths on Travelling Prayer. About 2.5 to Bail Up and 3/4 to Social Cream on the fence, followed by Home Office and Like and Lady. At the head of the others then, as they go down the back straight, is Jogger, and they were followed closely by, at the head of the others, well back on the fence, Lady of Ross, Orchestration just in front of those, and then Bastille, followed by Dusty Springs, Red Monarch and Mr. Tasman, and Entre Nous last. And boy, they're strung out over plenty of territory now at the 900 mark, and String of Pearls has got them spread-eagled. She led by 5 lengths on Travelling Prayer, 2.5 to Social Cream on the inside of Bail Up. Home Office in a perfect spot, getting a dream run on the outside of Like and Lady, and then Jogger and Orchestration, Bastille, Lady of Ross, well back Dusty Springs, Mr. Tasman hard-ridden, doing nothing at the moment, followed by Red Monarch, and tailed off is Entre Nous as they near the corner. About 500 to go. String of Pearls just led Travelling Prayer. Home Office in 3rd place as they turn for home. On the fence, Social Cream. Joggers about 4 deep on the corner, followed by Orchestration, and widest of all is Bastille. Into the straight, 300 out. String of Pearls the leader. Travelling Prayer trying to get to it. Home Office at the moment looking no good thing. He's just plodding away. Social Cream behind those, followed by Jogger. At the 200 mark, String of Pearls got her second win. She's in front again by a length and a half to Home Office, getting to second. String of Pearls is holding on close to home. Social Cream and Home Office can't pick her up, and it's another one to the old mare. String of Pearls beats Social Cream. I think Travelling Prayer 3rd. Home Office looks to have missed the place, followed by Dusty Springs. Then Like and Lady, Orchestration, Bail Up and Jogger. Well back Lady of Ross, followed by Mr. Tasman and Entre Nous, and Bastille, the imported galloper, one of the big flops in Tommy Smith's training history, is last to finish, which he usually is. Well, you can't keep a good girl down. Number 1, String of Pearls, has won 4 from her last 5 starts with the best purple patch of form you've ever seen. And the amazing coincidence is the fact that before the first of those 4 wins, I think she'd gone something like 15 months without winning a race. But she's quite often in the winter months, you'll get a horse that'll put together a sequence of wins. Every winter you'll find one. This winter it's been String of Pearls, who started at remarkable odds on the tote, ridden by Aaron Hugh, a 3-kilo claimer who understands the mare perfectly. On the New South Wales TAB, odds of 10 to 1, about $5.50 and $1.50. Now, second money, probably, I think Social Cream, yes, number 6 will get second to pay about $2.30 on the New South Wales tab. And third looked pretty close, Travelling Prayer or Home Office. Travelling Prayer, if it gets third, will return a place dividend of $4.10. Now, Home Office had every conceivable chance, perfectly ridden by Ron Quinton. There were some doubts expressed that he might have trouble with the 2400 metres, and I think you've got to say that's exactly what happened, because look at him there. He's in third place with the white blaze. He's trying his heart out. He just can't go 1 ounce better. Look at the Victorian Dusty Springs, number 4 down the extreme outside, really motoring when the race was all over. But full honours to the winner, String of Pearls, a 5-year-old bay mare by Charlton out of Choufleur, trained by Pat Murray, who's a part owner along with M.R. Osborne. Now, still no sign of the third number at Rosehill, so at the moment it's 1-6, a photo for third. I fancy Travelling Prayer will just get third. Now, the 5th is the Liquor Plus handicap, and let's have a look at Ken Callender's selection in the race. Ken goes for Mighty Tower, contrary to the opinion of many judges who think Pico will win and win easily, but Ken likes Mighty Tower at the weights, TAB number 3 in race 5, and that race is due at 2:25. Now, still no third number up. They've called for a second print for third, so it must be desperately close. We'll let you have that third number as soon as possible, but right now, an important break coming up, and then plenty more happening in Wide World of Sports.
Metres. Johnny Tapp, you were saying earlier on that every winter a horse seems to get hot. Why is that, mate?
I don't know. Maybe because the opposition's weaker, Ian. All of the good horses go to Brisbane, of course, chasing the big prize money up there. And there's a general slackening of class here in Sydney. And I guess that's the reason that a horse of above average ability like String of Pearls can suddenly show seemingly improved form. That's probably what happens. Maybe the opposition's a little weaker. This is a good race, the Liquor Plus handicap. It's a crucial test for Pico, who's won 9 out of 11. If he wins well today, Tommy Smith intends taking him north for the Rothmans 100,000 next week, which would be a gigantic rise in class, but he's a very, very promising galloper. No doubt he'll be in the red, Ray, on the tote.
Certainly is, John. He's 5-4 on the tote. In fact, in the ring, he's got out from 10 to 9 on to even money. Silver Champagne at 15-2. Now, Mighty Tower has been the best back to beat him at 5-2. Blazing Miss at 20-1. Stickler 11-2. Avon Song at 200s. Non-Rival, trained by Bart Cummings at 100-1. Rags and Riches at 50s. Without Honour at 200-1. Jewel Kingdom at 100-1. And Cash Bin at 100-1, John. So Mighty Tower's been best back to beat Pico in this upcoming event.
Righto, Ray. Beautiful sunny day in Sydney town, and racing has been good, and the crowd's pretty good also. Waiting on Jewel Kingdom to come up with Avon Song, and they'll be boxed and ready to go. Pico, ridden by Ron Quinton, who was beaten on the odds-on favourite Home Office in the previous race, the McKell Cup. I couldn't see an excuse in the world for Home Office. It seemed to me that he just couldn't handle the 2400 metres. That was his first attempt over that journey, and he managed to run third, but never really looked like winning. Great win to String of Pearls, who made it 4 out of the last 5. Ready now. Cash Bin is a grey with 4 white feet. Peculiarly marked horse, Cash Bin. Stalls open, off and running, and Rags and Riches slow to move at the start, and so too were Without Honour and Cash Bin, and bouncing out in front Mighty Tower. Beginning smartly, Pico and Blazing Miss and Silver Champagne and Stickler are prominent, followed by Jewel Kingdom, Avon Song. Midfield is Non-Rival on settling down on the outside of Cash Bin, a gap to Without Honour, and Rags and Riches after that slow start is last of all as they come through the gap onto the course proper now, and Mighty Tower led about a half length on Pico, who can't go slow enough at the moment. Blazing Miss running third, a length and a half further back, and then Silver Champagne, Stickler, Jewel Kingdom, a couple of lengths to Cash Bin, followed by Non-Rival and Avon Song. A long way back Without Honour, and Rags and Riches tailed off as they near the turn. They've got 450 to go, and Mighty Tower first into the straight, about 3/4 of a length on Pico. Running third on the rail, Stickler looking for the way out, and further back Silver Champagne and Blazing Miss. In the straight, Quinton's popped the question to Pico. There's not a lot there. Mighty Tower's in front, Silver Champagne on the outside, and Stickler getting the rails run. Mighty Tower still in front, close to home. Getting through on the fence. Stickler trying to pick up Mighty Tower. Mighty Tower running out badly. He's ducking right off the track, but he's too good and he'll win. And Mighty Tower beats Stickler. Third, Silver Champagne, and the Pico Bubble burst in no mean order. He didn't run a place. He ran 4th. Then Non-Rival, Jewel Kingdom, Cash Bin, Blazing Miss, and the last couple are Without Honour and Avon Song. Wow, the Pico Bubble burst in no mean order. Under the 59 kilos he was found wanting today, and he couldn't win the Rothmans 100,000 on that. In fact, he needed to win today probably to be given a run in the race, so you can forget all about the Rothmans 100,000. Gee, Mighty Tower ran about badly. He shifted ground at least 6 or 7 horses over the last 200 metres. Fortunately, there was nothing on the outside of him. Otherwise, he would have caused trouble. He might have slightly balked Silver Champagne at about the 200-metre mark, but in the last bit, even though he was going like a soldier crab sideways, he was still too good, Mighty Tower, and brilliantly ridden by Jeff Allendorf and brilliantly selected by the one and only Ken Callender. It was a brave tip against the odds-on favourite Pico, but as usual, Ken was right on the mark. Now, he's going to pay odds of 5 to 2, about $1.70 and 70 on the New South Wales TAB. Second will be Stickler, which got a rails run but wasn't good enough to capitalise on it. Stickler Brad Parnell on the place tote about 75, and third Monday to number 2 Silver Champagne, ridden by Tracy Bartley, on the place tote about 85 cents. Now, Ken Callender's selection in our next telecast race, which is race 7, will be Ace It Up. That's TAB number 12, Ace It Up from Ken Callender in race 7. And that's the next time we'll be seeing you from Rosehill at around about 20 minutes to 4. Right now, an important break and then a lot more action on Wide World of Sports.
We go from skates to see which of those horses can skate along out there at Rosehill. This is race 7, the 2 E's Draft Welter Handicap over 1,500 metres. You call it Johnny Tapp.
Good on you, Mike. Thanks a lot. Back at Rosehill Live, the sun's still shining, the shadows are lengthening, and the field about to get into the gates for this race, the 2 E's Draft Handicap. Plenty of runners, and I think it's high time we checked out the approximate win tote. Ray, tell me, Ace It Up, very big tip. Much support for him?
It is, John. 11 to 4 on the tote and around that price in the ring as well. A big tip. Sir Zephyr, the stayer, 40 to 1. Best Bow, your selection at 3 to 1. Down to Wallara Prince at 12s. Jacks at 15 to 2. Joe Auto at 13 to 2. Port Fair at 100s. Reuters News 11s. Down to Zephyr Ace, a bit of a tip for it too at 6 to 1. Ace It Up, that's strong support for it, 11 to 4. So Different 25s. Folding Money 40s. The bottom two, Kinda Lusty and Adelos, both at 200 to 1. Tappy?
Okay, Ray, thanks a lot, and won't be long now before we've got them off and running. Starter on his stand, in fact, and they're about set and ready to go. Kinda Lusty steadies down in the gates. At a loss, trained by Brian Smith at Rosehill. So Different stands up squarely. Now the gates open and they're off and running, and gee, it's been a day of great starts at Rosehill, and there's another one, a beauty. Jack's on the outside is first to show out. At a loss began well, and so did Folding Money, followed by So Different, and Best Bow is quickly booting through into a prominent spot, and then Zephyr Ace, followed by Ace It Up, Kinda Lusty, Sir Zephyr. Reuters News getting well back in the field in the early stages, and dropping out to be a distant last now is Port Fair, but settling down towards the 1,000 mark, and Jack's is the leader. Folding Money running second. In third place, Best Bow getting the run of the race on the inside of At a Loss. A length and a half to So Different on the inside of Zephyr Ace, and then Joe or Two, followed by Ace It Up, Kinda Lusty. Reuters News a long way back in the field as they go to that top turn, and Port Fair and Zephyr Ace are the joint tail enders around that top corner, and with about 700 to go, Jack's led by a half length on Folding Money. Best Bow is parked on the fence running third, nearing the home corner. At the head of the others then came At a Loss, and a length and a half further back as Zephyr Ace. In on the fence, So Different as they near the turn. Joe or Two sweeping around the field, carted deep on the corner. Further back, Ace It Up and Kinda Lusty, and then Reuters News and Sir Zephyr. Into the straight past the 400. Folding Money is level with Jack's. Looking for the rails run is Best Bow. There's no room. He got chopped out. He's got to try and get between them. At the head of the others running on is At a Loss, followed by So Different, Zephyr Ace, and Wallara Prince. Wide out is running home well. It's Folding Money, Jacks, and Best Bow now getting the rails run. Best Bow is forced through on the fence. Best Bow put his head in front. Jacks is coming at him again, but Best Bow too good and he'll win. Jacks by a neck to Best Bow Best Bow beat Jacks about a neck. Ace It Up has flashed up on the outside to get third. Then Folding Money, Reuters News and So Different, followed by Sir Zephyr. At a loss behind those, and then Zephyr Ace, Wallara Prince, Kinda Lusty. Joe or Two is second last, and last of all is Port Fair. Oh, gee, it'd have been something beaten if he hadn't won, Best Bow. Carmody tried and tried and tried for that inside run. He got cut out as they turned for home. He got chopped back. He looked as though he was going to try and get between them. Again, the opening closed. He went back to the fence in desperation, and finally he was able to bullock his way through, and in the last 40 or 50 metres, Best Bow was going far the better and has beaten Jax about a neck. Now let's look at this replay. Jax drifting away from the fence. Eventually there was a ton of room for Best Bow. There was probably enough room for two horses at this point of the race, but it took a hell of a long while for that opening to present itself. Now the grey, one of several greys, Folding Money, was battling on tenaciously. Now look at Ace It Up in the orange jacket with the white cap running right up behind horses there. He didn't get a lot of galloping room in the last 50 metres or so. Over on the rails you can see another grey with a yellow cap. That's so different. But close to home, Best Bow, once he shook Jax out of the way and got a bit of galloping room, he started to forge clear, and on the line he had about a neck or a half length to spare. Best Bow, Jax, Ace It Up, Folding Money, so different, and Reuters News down the outside in the brown and yellow hoops. Numbers are 3, 6 and 12. Best Bow, Jax, and in third place was Ace It Up, and those placings are official. The last of the day at 4:15, and Ken Callender's selection in this final race is for number 3, Prince Warrior, a Canberra galloper with a great record. He hasn't started now since March the 9th, but is expected to run a bold first-up race. So from Kenny Callender, race 8, TAB number 3, Prince Warrior. We'll see you live for the 2E's 2.2 handicap at 4:15. Right now an important break, and then plenty more coming up on Wide World of Sports.
This week on Sunday...
Those sort of cars, we're going out to Rosehill now for race 8. And Tappy, I guess the hay burners get through more than some of those cars we just saw.
Ian, it's a funny thing. I don't know why it is, but the slower they are, the more they eat, for some incredible reason. I think slow horses keep the produce merchants in business a lot more than the fast ones. Well, very big news concerning champion jockey Jim Cassidy. He's been suspended by stewards at Rosehill until the 12th of July, which is 3 weeks away, after riding jogger in the W J McKell Cup earlier on. Now, he was charged with careless riding and causing interference to the odds-on favourite Home Office between the 600 and the home turn, and after a prolonged inquiry, Cassidy has been rubbed out until the 12th of July, and that's big news indeed. Still, he's a mile in front on the premiership, and it won't make any difference as far as that's concerned. Ray, what are they betting on this last race?
Johnny, from the top, let's have a look at them. Credit again, 11-4. Misty Air at 16-1. Now, Prince Warrior, 13-8, but a little easy in the ring. Half Shilling has been very well backed in the ring, 11-2, about 8s into 5s in the ring. Drum Rum at 66-1, Hustle and Bustle 80s, Grey Ace at 15-1, Hunter's Privilege 60s, Royal Samurai at 15-1, Farrago 60s, Tishan Empire at 50-1, Southern Blaze, some support at longer odds at 14-1, Rainbow Reward at 200s. Now, Sound of Bells, trained at Newcastle and ridden by Bruce Compton. In the ring, about 20s into 12s, 16s on the tote. My Achievement 100-1 and Carson at 200-1. John, I know modesty would have prevented you from saying that with that winner of the previous event, that means your Friday night special on Channel 9 has won the last 4 weeks it's been released.
Ray, you're so right. Modesty prevented me from saying it, but thank you for bringing it up anyway. You're a good boy. OK, now there's only a handful to move up. Hustle and Bustle, Drum Rum, Southern Blaze, Misty Air, and a New Zealander called Carson having his first Australian start. He hasn't raced since February. He's the winner of 1 race from 12 starts so far in New Zealand, and he's by the American sire Pass the Bottle, trained by Kevin Hayes on a private track down at Cobbity, and ridden today by apprentice Brad Parnell. Now, let's see what's causing the trouble over here. There is a riderless horse. I just can't quite pick up the saddlecloth number, nor can I see the jockey, who's probably somewhere in the gates, standing on the side of the stall, waiting for that horse to be put in. In the meantime, Drum Rum is brought forward by Jeff Allendorf, and Southern Blaze is brought along by Tracy Bartley. 2 changes of colour in the race. The all-pink colours of the club on number 13, Rainbow Reward, ridden by Darren Beedman. And the second set, pink, green armbands, green cap on Sound of Bells, ridden by Bruce Compton. Hustle and Bustle and Misty Air look to be the 2 we're waiting on. Misty Air ran a very good race recently. In fact, she won a race at Warwick Farm, coming from a long way back. Now, Misty Air appears to get in. So does Hustle and Bustle, and as far as I can see, they're ready. Where's the starter? There he is, standing at the bottom of his rostrum. He's about to climb up now and dispatch them in the final event. 1,200 metres the journey. Half Shilling is ridden today by Tony Marnie, replacing Ron Quinton. Quinton rides the Canberra galloper Prince Warrior, who had an excellent record before going for a spell in February, and this is his first start back after that spell. Oh no, still out, Hustle and Bustle. Trained at Kembla Grange, Hustle and Bustle won't go up. Credit Again, heavily supported. Drawn wide, but has lots of speed, Credit Again. Now, Grey Ace and Royal Samurai stand well, so does Farrago. My Achievement stands squarely with Tishan Empire and Carson, and they're about set, light flashing. This will be a start. Starters ready, big field. About to fly. No, there's something rearing out in about the 10 gate. Off. Good start. Oh, another beauty. Towards the outside, beginning very quickly, is Hunter's Privilege to be the early leader over Credit Again. Prince Warrior jumped away fast, and so did Half Shilling. Bustled hard to stay with them as Drum Rum on settling down, and then Tishan Empire, Hustle and Bustle, Misty Air, and then Royal Samurai, Southern Blaze, and Grey Aces trapped out very deep. At the head of the others, Carson, followed by Sound of Bells, Farrago, My Achievement, and back at the tail of the field in the all pinkers, Rainbow Reward as they come onto the course proper. Half Shilling went to the lead now by a length to Hunter's Privilege. Credit Again running third on the outside of Prince Warrior, followed by Tishan Empire, Hustle and Bustle. Grey Ace can't get on the track. At the head of the others, Misty Air, hard ridden, and behind those as they turn for home, Drum Rum, followed by Southern Blaze. Into the straight now, 400 out, Half Shilling the leader. He's a length and a half in front of Prince Warrior, followed by Hunter's Privilege. Credit Again on the outside under heavy pressure, and then Tishan Empire, Hustle and Bustle at the 200 mark. Half Shilling still in front. He's pulled the whip on it. Here comes Prince Warrior. Prince Warrior coming at Half Shilling. They're a length and a half in front of Credit Again. And what's this? Sound of Bells. Sound of Bells at any old price has stormed down the outside like Burnborough. Sound of Bells got up to win. A miracle win by Sound of Bells. Prince Warrior second. Third, maybe Royal Samurai in front of Credit Again. Close up, Half Shilling, followed by Tishan Empire. And then Grey Ace, Misty Air, followed by Carson, Southern Blaze, Hunter's Privilege. Drum Rum well back with Rainbow Reward and Hustle and Bustle. And Farrago pulled up with the tail enders. Number 14, Sound of Bells, at odds of 16 to 1 on the tote, has come home like Burnborough. Gave them a hell of a big start on the turn and sprouted wings to win brilliantly, ridden by Bruce Compton, and he carried the second set of club's colours, pink with green armbands and a green cap. A lot of old-timers will not back horses in club's colours for some funny reason. But here's one that gave lie to that old adage. Look at him down the outside, Sound of Bells, a 5-year-old stallion by the imported Gwent out of Crillon, and trained by KJ Burns at Newcastle. Look at that, he beat him in a stride, and you wouldn't credit the margin he's won by. So fast did he finish. Compton was easing him up on the line. Look at the margin, 2.5 lengths. I wouldn't have believed that possible. He was still that far back when they turned the corner. Now on the TAB, he'll pay $8.50 and $2.25. Now second, Prince Warrior on the place tote to return 80 cents. Now third, there's a heap of them there. That still is some 20 metres or so from the winning post, but it appeared that Royal Samurai on the outside might have just been able to nose a couple of others out of third money. But it's not up as yet, or is it? No, here we go, 14.39. Yes, they're official, 14.39, Sound of Bells, Prince Warrior and Royal Samurai. Today's racing action from Rosehill was brought to you with the compliments of Tui's. I hope you backed a winner or two. If you didn't, try again next week. They're on again. OK, an important break and then more in Wide World of Sports.